Hey guys, welcome back to Beautifully Rooted. I really hope that you will stick in here with me today and hear this entire message, because I think this one thing that we're going to go over can be the key to treating your depression, to unlocking your mental health issues, and giving you better, healthy relationships, helping you with relationship skills, and giving you a chance for relationships to improve because you can communicate it better. So I really hope that you will continue listening. What we're going to be looking at today is our emotions can lie. Your emotions may have been rewired. What you're feeling may not really be what you're feeling. And I know that sounds so silly for a therapist to say, because in my field, in mental health, what do we say all the time? Feel whatever you feel. Feel it to its fullest, and your emotions cannot lie, right? Your emotions cannot be wrong. Whatever you're feeling cannot be wrong. It's a feeling. But I'm going to argue, actually, yeah, I think that your emotions can lie and they can be wrong. Now, this doesn't just come up out of nowhere and you just have your emotions rewired just for no reason. There's usually really good reason of why your emotions were rewired, or why you choose one emotion instead of another. Oftentimes in our family of origin, one emotion may have caused something that was really undesirable. There may have been abuse. There may have been, whether it be physically or mentally, there may have been something undesirable when we have this particular emotions and we took it to them. They may not have responded very well. And so quickly we learn, oh gosh, I am not going to keep that emotion because that didn't help me. I'm going to have this emotion over here because that's much more acceptable. Maybe for attention, we didn't get attention, or we were pushed away when we had one particular emotion, but we were able to get attention when we had another emotion, so we stick with that one. Maybe we grew up with people who are super fragile, and when we came to them with a particular emotion, they just broke. Or we were fearful that they were going to break, even if they weren't, but we were fearful, and who wants to be responsible for breaking somebody? Nobody, right? Especially not a kid. Maybe the opposite. Maybe they're not fragile, but man, they fly off the handle. Their anger is out of control. They spin things around towards your fault. They might throw things. They might kick. They might scream. They're pretty scary, right? Who wants to deal with that? What child wants to deal with that? And actually, it's a very smart technique. They develop this defense mechanism to keep them safe in their home, to keep them emotionally well. And again, the problem is that we're not always in those situations anymore. And instead of it being helpful, it's very harmful. Okay? I think the one emotion that comes up all the time that I'm sure you know about is anger, right? In therapy, we promote all the time anger being a mask for other emotions. And this is one that I would say mostly men and boys struggle with, but not only. There are certainly some angry females, right? But oftentimes men will go to anger instead of feeling sad, right? Instead of feeling embarrassed. That is a big one. If you have people in your system, especially men or boys, who just are flying off the handle and you don't understand why, it just doesn't seem like it really connects or that it's correlated, it might be because they feel embarrassed. Maybe they feel fearful, right? So instead of, maybe I fear that you're going to leave, so instead of being fearful, I'm going to be angry because then I can protect myself. I can't let you know that I'm fearful because then you might harm me more. I will be angry, right? And it's kind of protecting my own emotions from engaging more with you. So very often we see that with anger, there's a masked emotion for an underlying emotions that are undesirable. Sometimes we're taught that feeling strong emotions is the worst thing in the world. So, and we lack resiliency nowadays. So sometimes we just avoid feeling something so strongly because we're not sure if we're going to pull through it, or we think it might be the worst thing in the world. So we develop another emotion not to be able to feel that. Okay, so that you probably already know about. You probably can write a book on that. So what I want to look at today is that actually depression is a humongous issue, and many people are affected by depression. Many women are affected by depression. And what I want to let you know is that oftentimes depression is not about sadness. It is anger that is underlying. There's a lividness that's going on, this rage inside. And for some reason, we don't take it out to the right portion and to the right person or about this right situation. We don't feel the right thing. And there may be many reasons. Codependents learn that tension is one of the worst things in the world. They often think in terms of strength and weakness. So I'm strong, so I can hold it in. You're weak, and it doesn't sound very nice, but that's really what is behind it. You're weak, so I will. So I don't want to give that to you because I might cause harm to you. And then also in codependency, there's a control factor. If I don't give you all of my anger, if I don't give you all of the stuff that's going on inside, you might not leave. But if I give it to you, you might leave, or you might cause emotional turmoil for me, or something undesirable. So there's kind of a control factor in there that as long as I hold it in and hold it back, I won't have to deal with this undesirable thing, right? But really, I really encourage you to look at, are you feeling the right feeling? And I'm going to encourage you for 4 reasons. 1, when you're feeling the right emotion, you can have that emotion treated. You can have that issue treated. You can heal. You can get better. When you're treating the wrong emotion, that's really just a symptom or it's just a mask out there, but it's not the root. You're just spinning your wheels. And that's probably why you're not getting better in treatment, because you're not treating the right thing. You're treating sadness, but you're not looking at, well, how do I deal with anger? And what do I do with this anger that's inside? And most of the time, that anger is legit. It's not usually an anger that is just out of nowhere and in an excess. It's usually legit. It's dealing with the feelings that come along with that. And oftentimes, we're avoiding what comes along with giving our anger out. But if you are able to feel the right feeling, well, now we can treat the right thing. Gives you the best chance, okay? You don't just go on this cycle of treatment without getting better. You might actually get better. 2, when you feel the right feeling, you have better discernment and you can make a better decision about your situation in order to help improve your feeling and help improve the situation. So when you're making decisions based off of the other feelings, you might be deciding the wrong thing. So I want to give you the best chance to make the best decision, okay? 3, why would you want to fix this? 3, when you feel the right feeling, you can communicate that clearly. People can respond to you better. They understand you better. They're able to relate better. They're able to understand where you're coming from, and they know how to respond. It gives them the best chance, and you want to give people the best chance to fix things, and this is how you do it, okay? Lastly, I think whenever there's deceit, who is behind it? The devil. The devil is the father of lies. The devil is the father of deceit. We can deceive ourselves. It can even be self-deceit. Right? We know that the devil deceives people. We see that even from the beginning with Adam and Eve, right? So when we have even self-deceit, we're giving room to the devil to work in our thoughts, to work in our actions and our relationships. And everything from the devil leads to death. I want you to go back to Christ and away from the devil, right? Here at Beautifully Rooted, we want to help you work on your mental health to help you with your spiritual health, and your spiritual health to help you with your mental health. We are a mental health organization that is Christian, right? We want to promote spiritual, physical, and mental health, but in Christ. These are some of the ways we clear it up. Now, how do you fix it? A few ways. 1, you need to look at your situations. You need to take some time. You need to review. Really, what was I feeling? You need to take some time to do some introspection. If you don't really have a great repertoire of emotions, print out a list. Print out a list and just start crossing off. Was I feeling this? Wasn't feeling that. Was I feeling this? Was I feeling this? Yeah, you know what? I think I was feeling this. Okay? It doesn't have to just be sadness and anger. We do this with all different kinds of emotions. So go down that list, cross it off. This may be one place where journaling actually does help. I think we promote it too much in counseling, but in this case, I think it is very helpful, because what you'll find is through your writing, you'll be going through those feelings and you'll see in your writing what's really going on, and take note of what you're feeling. When you're writing, even if it's sad, for example, actually you may have traits of anger that are coming up. You may have symptoms of anger that are coming up, like your heart is pitter-pattering and you're getting tense, and take note. That may be a clue. Ask somebody who's really wise, godly, who does well with emotions. Ask them, What emotion would you have in this situation? What do you think was going on for me? And lastly, ask God. He will give you discernment and wisdom if you ask for it. Okay, let's go over 3 scriptures. So we're going to look at Jeremiah 17:9. I know I've gone over that a lot, but I think it's really important. The heart is deceitful above all things. Do not trust your heart all the time. In this case, your heart may be your feelings, right? Proverbs 29:11. A fool gives full vent to a spirit, but a wise man quietly holds it back. Don't give full vent to your feelings when you can't even trust it, right? Make sure you're having the right feeling. Proverbs 4:23, last one. Keep your heart with all vigilance, for from it flow the springs of life. Oh, that sounds so much better. Flowing with the springs of life. That's what I want for you. All right. Check this out. I really want you to do this introspection. See if this is the one thing that is going on for you. It really can be the catalyst that gets you out of that depression that is untreatable. It is treatable. This may be the thing that helps you, okay? God bless you. Feel free to share this. Pass it on to somebody who might be benefited from this, okay? I look forward to speaking to you next week. Again, God bless you. You take care.